Hey there. I was going to stay silent and do what I could from behind the scenes, helping to raise money and bring awareness and help others to build their causes and their organizations so that they can continue to speak up and speak out about the many extrajudicial unfair trials and cases that are happening in our country. And it's happening to so many human beings. People being slain by law enforcement officers, people being mistreated by law enforcement, and just not being served justice in an appropriate way. So I figured I'd post a personal video and challenge America in a very proactive way. So just stay tuned because I will be challenging you in this video personally. So I've been silent, but something has changed my silence. Last night, Tuesday night, I cried as I saw a video of a woman, and I'll post the video to my Facebook page. A woman who was in court advocating for her 7-year-old granddaughter who was killed by a police officer in a home raid. And the officer in court seemed to, and I'm not saying that the officer didn't care, but the officer seemed like he didn't even care about what happened to the 7-year-old girl. And the video made me think of, and the reason why I got emotional was because it made me think of my own grandmother. She's still with us today, the woman who raised me. And what if it was her in court, with so much pain in her heart, defending and advocating for me and my legacy when I was 7 years old? What if it was me now advocating for one of my nieces or nephews or godchildren, defending their right to be alive? So after last night, I couldn't stay silent anymore. This video is very much one of the scariest things I've ever done in my entire life. And I'm in front of groups all the time, business people, educators. I'm in front of people all the time. So it isn't speaking that is what's scary. It's advocating for something that I haven't publicly advocated before. Um, and I advocate for children. I do that daily. I advocate for the rights of children. I advocate for the success of children as they become adults. But I've never really advocated in this way, and I think that's what has been scaring me the most. So I have to put myself out there, and I'm putting myself out there. I'm taking off the suit and tie. We're here, and I just getting ready to have lunch, and I said, you know what, let me do the video. So I have a challenge to you, my fellow human beings who have such big hearts. And before I challenge you, I do send a huge thank you to comedian Jim Carrey for inspiring me to actually do this video. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom. And to Joshua Tano for sharing the video of Ayanna Jones with me that moved me so much last night. In my daily life, I challenge people to be their best selves. That's the basis of my life's work. And today I'm challenging myself by doing this video, and I'm also challenging all of you who will see this. A group of people and I have recently been organizing a foundation, the National Foundation for Urban Excellence, and a national council of people dedicated to preserving the lives of people in urban communities called the National Council for the Preservation of Life. You can read about it on our website, nffue.org. That stands for the National Foundation for Urban Excellence, nffue.org. Laws have to change, and we're going to change them. So here's our own proactivity. This is not a protest that I'm challenging right now. This is proactivity. The council and I are challenging you. We're challenging you in honor of many people who have been unfairly served justice after they've passed on. And even those of us who are still standing today, me being one of them, who's been served unjustly, we are challenging you in honor of them, in honor of us. Today we publicly start the Garner Challenge, and I'll explain how to do the Garner Challenge toward the end of the video. The Garner Challenge is going to be a time for all of us to experience what it's like to stop breathing. So for 60 seconds, your challenge, our challenge, is to hold our breath, to hold your breath for 1 minute. Make sure you have a partner there. Make sure you have someone there that can help you in the event that you're struggling to hold your breath. You don't want to just do it if it's going to harm you, so I must give that disclaimer. If you have a health issue like asthma or bronchitis or any other health issue that may prevent you from doing this, I'm encouraging you not to do it, and I'll give you other ways you can help continue this movement without having to put your physical body in harm's way. So, I'm not asking for you to stand up for who you believe or don't believe Eric Garner the man is or was. For me, he represents the very unfair treatment of a human being who deserves to be honored. I'm asking you to advocate for his honor, for the honor of those who have been served unjustly by law enforcement. That's what I'm asking for. I'm asking for you to give a love holding of your breath, a love hold of your breathing. You're standing firm in a moment of silence, your own demonstration of a moment of silence for other people who have been served unjustly. If you find it difficult to hold your breath for 60 seconds during the Garner Challenge, which I haven't told you how to do yet, I'm going to demonstrate it, do something else. Help me help us all by making a contribution to the National Foundation for Urban Excellence. We have a GoFundMe campaign going on. You can see it on our website. It doesn't matter the amount, $1, $5, $10, $100, $1,000. Every amount helps. Everything you give is going to be something that's going to contribute to this movement. So please do it. Stay connected to this energy and help in some way. What we're going to do through the National Foundation and through this movement and by way of the Garner Challenge is in every city that calls us to come, if we're able to come there, we will be hosting town hall meetings, speaking with communities, figuring out the issues in those communities, finding out how best to write law, to enact legislation that surrounds the theme of sensitivity and diversity in law enforcement. And the name of the act that we intend to put into legislation is the Law Enforcement Diversity and Sensitivity Act. That's why we want your help. We want your help to continue making this movement happen. I'll be the first one to do the Garner Challenge right here and right now. And if I can't do it, I'll contribute. I've already been contributing my own time, my own resources, my own words, my own efforts, my own finances. So thank you to all of you who are even attempting to do the Garner Challenge, for even trying to do it. And I know this video is not perfect, but I want to just give you the tidbits on how to do it. You take it, you run with it, you do it the best way you see how you should, and you contribute to the movement. You doing it in any way that you do it shows that you are willing to put your body on the line, to show a demonstration of your putting your own life on the line for 1 minute, honoring those whose lives have been put on the line. You care, and I thank you for that. So here's how the challenge goes. It's very simple. You'll start with your name. You'll say that you are a life preserver because you are. And you'll put forward an intention in the form of a hope, a wish, or a dream that you have for yourself, someone else, or for the world. It's an intention that you're setting forward for yourself, for someone else, or for the world, or for all three. And it's a hope, a wish, or a dream that you have for yourself, someone else, or the world. Okay? Be bold with that. Be vulnerable enough to put your hope, wish, or dream for yourself, someone else, or the world out there. So it'll sound like this. You'll start with your name. My name is, and I'm a life preserver, doing the Garner Challenge. My hope, wish, or dream, whichever one it is that, and you'll state your hope, wish, or dream, and for yourself, someone else, or for the world. Then hold your breath for 60 seconds. Then pass the torch. Make a contribution to this movement through the nffue.org website. Share your video. Hashtag NFFUE. Hashtag Garner Challenge. Make sure that someone else do it. You challenge someone else to do it. So let's do it now. I'm going to demonstrate how to do this, and will you time me for 60 seconds? Thank you. My name is Linnell Williams, and I'm a life preserver. I'm doing the Garner Challenge. My hope is that through this movement, through all of the people marching, through all of the screaming, through all of the chanting, through all of the protests, and through this now proactive movement of enacting legislation, my hope is that people do not have to be served unjustly by law enforcement. My hope is that communities will trust law enforcement. My hope is that law enforcement will trust communities again, and that we can all breathe for each other, we'll all help each other. That's my hope. We're gonna do 60 seconds. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop. How was it? Oh, 29 seconds. So I did it for 29 seconds. I did it for as long as I could. So that means I didn't do it for 60. I'm gonna make my contribution. It's not easy. For those of you who succeeded this, kudos to you. Thank you. Pass the torch. And for those of you, or those of us, that may have an issue like I just did, couldn't hold my breath for the 60 seconds, share this. And thank you for sharing it, for getting the word out, for even attempting to do it, for holding your breath as long as you could. If you decide to contribute, thank you for being a life preserver. Thank you. Thank you very much. Pass this on, pass the torch, preserve life. Keep marching, keep screaming and shouting. We will have laws changed. Email me your stories. We will preserve lives. And I send a special thank you to my family, friends, colleagues for your love and support. I'm challenging Gary Hardy of the Linwood Unified School District School Board to do the Garner Challenge next. Bless you and bless us all. I look forward to seeing your videos, your contributions, your thoughts, your emails. Let's all do the Garner Challenge. Be well.